May 1945. Luzon, Philippines. The jungle is silent for only a moment. Then a Japanese officer charges forward, his sword flashing through the humid air. In a single swing, steel tears through flesh. An American soldier collapses, his left arm nearly severed. Most men would die from the shock. Others would surrender. He does neither. Bleeding heavily, surrounded by enemy troops, he stares at the officer who believes the fight is already over. Then something unbelievable happens. Instead of retreating, the wounded soldier lunges forward. He wrestles for the very weapon that has just maimed him. Seconds later, the sword changes hands. The officer who raised it never gets another chance to strike. How does a man keep fighting after losing an arm? How does he find the strength to turn certain death into victory? The answer isn't found in that single moment of impossible courage. It begins long before the sword is ever raised, long before the battle reaches its breaking point. To understand how an ordinary American soldier survives the unimaginable, we have to go back. The answer isn't found in that single moment of impossible courage. It begins long before the sword is ever raised, long before the battle reaches its breaking point. To understand how an ordinary American soldier survives the unimaginable, we have to go back to BY 1945. The campaign has become one of the bloodiest in the Pacific. Japanese forces refuse to surrender, turning every hill, cave, and jungle trail into a deadly fortress. Every patrol risks an ambush. Every advance comes at a terrible cost. McKinney's unit moves cautiously through thick vegetation, where visibility stretches only a few yards. Suddenly, hidden Japanese defenders erupt from the jungle. Machine guns hammer the American line. Grenades explode beneath the trees. The fight quickly collapses into brutal hand-to-hand combat. Amid the chaos, a Japanese officer charges with a traditional officer's sword. Before McKinney can fully react, the blade slashes across him, nearly severing one of his arms. Blood pours onto the jungle floor. Pain threatens to overwhelm him, but instinct takes over. Ignoring his devastating wound, McKinney surges toward the officer instead of away from him. He grabs the sword with his remaining strength. The two men struggle at arm's length, slipping in mud and blood. Then the officer loses his grip. McKinney tears the sword free. In one desperate counterattack, he turns the captured weapon against its owner, killing the officer with the very blade meant to end his own life. Even then, the battle isn't over. Despite catastrophic injuries, he continues fighting alongside his comrades until the enemy assault is finally broken. Only after the immediate danger has passed does McKinney allow himself to receive medical attention. His actions help save fellow soldiers during one of the most desperate close-quarters battles of the Philippine campaign. What begins as a moment of certain defeat becomes one of extraordinary courage, a reminder that determination can survive even when the human body is pushed beyond its limits. When the gunfire finally fades, the jungle is littered with the cost of victory. The officer's sword lies still, no longer a symbol of fear, but of survival. John R. McKinney's wounds will remain with him for the rest of his life, but so will the memory of the men he fought beside. His extraordinary courage earns him the Medal of Honor, the United States' highest military decoration, recognizing valor far beyond the call of duty. His story is not remembered because he defeated an enemy with a sword. It is remembered because, in the moment when almost anyone would have given up, he refused to surrender to fear, pain, or impossible odds. Wars are often measured by maps, battles, and victories. But sometimes history is defined by a single decision. The decision to keep fighting when every reason to stop has already arrived. That is why John R. McKinney's courage continues to inspire generations, not because the battle was won with a sword, but because one man's determination proved stronger than impossible odds.